There's too much fog. Too much fog. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Firefox Hot Takes, where we fan the flames of internet culture. I'm Steve Flavin, and I'm here with Hannah Bouillon, as usual.
Happy spooky season.
Happy spooky season. And we're in costume. I think we should do this all the time. I don't know. What's your stance on adults wearing Halloween costumes?
I love it. I love it. There's nothing I love more than when Halloween is on a weekday and there's so many grown adults on the subway wearing their costumes. It's
Amazing.
so fun. And also, obviously, kids wearing costumes are so cute. But
Yeah, not to leave them out, not to exclude them from
not to see them. That's not what we're talking about.
trick-or-treating.
I love adults in costumes at work. Like, let's bring some whimsy into the workplace. Nothing better than seeing like your accountant dressed up as like, I don't know, accountant, but the first thing I thought of was a cat.
Yeah. Well, I love that this year Halloween is on a Friday. So we get a whole spooky weekend.
This is my first Halloween in my like own apartment. And so when I bought my pumpkins, I was like, I could put them anywhere. I can put little pumpkins all over and have it look exactly as I want. And it's so cute and cozy. But
Yeah.
no scary decor here. Like those ghosts, that's as far as I get.
When I graduated college, I went crazy where I had my own space for the first time. And I, instead of carving one pumpkin, I was like, it occurred to me, I'm like, I could buy as many pumpkins as I want. And so I did like this elaborate photo session where I had like a dozen pumpkins and and then the following year, I'm like, I'm not doing that again because then you have to like throw away the pumpkins and, it's a lot of cleanup. It's a lot of effort, but like that first year, that was a lot of fun, to do some like staging and, I'm one of those when I'm carving a pumpkin, I don't like to use a pattern. I like to just
And
go like the crude because I think that makes them cooler and cuter and spookier in some way.
speaking of a pumpkin carving, don't we have like a Firefox pumpkin somewhere that exists on the internet? I feel like
I'm
I
sure
remember
someone's
that.
done it. We might even have a pattern floating around on our Google Drive somewhere.
Yeah. If you see it, if you know where it is, please drop it in the comments below. A link, anything. I would like to bring it back.
Let's do it. Well, speaking of spooky season, 'tis the season for spooky movies. Curious if you've seen anything recently that's noteworthy or that we should avoid.
Yeah, let's do Tired or Fire for the last scary movies I saw. And the last one I saw was 28 Years Later. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that's Tired. I did not like that movie. I'm sorry. I was
I didn't see it. It's been on my list. I haven't seen. So there's three of them.
yeah.
The first one I haven't seen since it came out, like, which was a long ass time ago. That might have been 28 years ago. I mean, not quite that long ago, but like practically. Followed by 28 Weeks Later,
And then
is the sequel, which I did not see. And then the third one, I don't. Yeah, this is a hot take. I don't actually love zombie movies. I love scary movies, but zombies just don't do it for me. There's
they
just
don't do
something
it for
about
me
it. Like
either.
there are certain zombie movies that I like, but as a whole, as a genre, I'm tired. Sorry.
So Zombies, Tired. But you know what's Fire?
What's Fire?
Companion. That was my
Companion. We
favorite
talked
scary
about it.
movie
Yes.
of the whole year. And only because it's the second last scary movie I did see. I love those, like, I like that genre of movie.
Hmm.
Like, let's watch AI be scary, you know? I think that's
Did you see Megan 2.0?
No, I mean I meant
Yeah.
to. I
It's
want
still on
to.
my list. Apparently, nobody saw it because it didn't it didn't do very well. But from my friends who did see it, they said it's a lot of fun and it's like a little bit of a genre pivot. It's like a little bit more of a like an action movie as opposed to like a
Sure.
scary slasher movie that the first one kind of was. So yeah, I'm down. I actually yeah, it's on my list for sure. Um, right now the Black Phone 2 came out. I saw the first one. I
Yeah,
liked it.
that's
I've
what
heard
kicked
mixed
it
things
off.
about it. I'll probably see it eventually. I was gonna watch the other night the new Conjuring movie, which is the 4th one, I believe. Um, I don't know, like, this is a little bit of my hot take on the current state of movies in general.
Let's
I've
hear it.
been so busy, this spooky season, it makes me kind of sad that I haven't really seen a lot of scary movies in the theater, but to be fair, there haven't been a ton that have inspired me to, like, make the time. I don't know.
Somebody make a movie Steve wants to see now.
It's just a lot of sequels and reboots, and I'm just kinda I think that's tired, like, give me some original stuff, you know?
Tired. So tired.
Companion's great, like, that's, like, very,
Very
I mean,
new,
it's
very
taking the AI
fresh.
trope, but doing something really interesting with it, I
Yeah.
think. I loved, this came out a few months ago, but Sinners was amazing.
Yes. Haven't seen it yet because 'cause I'm, scared, but I've heard
It's
great
not
things about it.
that I mean, it's suspenseful. I would say it's not super, super scary.
Kinda missed the opportunity to see it in theater, which is the best time to see a movie like that, like a big
Mhm.
blockbuster.
It's the crowd pleaser, it's great to see with an
Yeah.
audience.
I feel like I'm waiting to watch it with a group of friends.
Yeah. I mean, it hits different when you're watching it by yourself too. I've seen it multiple times since the theater, and it's just solid. It's just like the writing, the acting. I really love and respect that like they probably go a whole hour of the movie where like nothing really scary happens. You're just like getting to know the characters. Um Sometimes that's annoying when the characters are dumb, and underwritten. But in this case, it's really well written, and you just like you want to hang out with the characters, and so it's like in the little details and like the foreshadowing and everything, and that there's a payoff to everything. It's so well written.
I feel like I'll love Sinners because it has 2 of my favorite things, which is, like, movies where nothing happens, but you love the characters so much, and it's just a
Hmm.
good hang, and then, movies that just have you on the edge of your seat waiting to see what happens, which is the perfect movie to see in a theater, of course.
Yeah,
So,
and vampires, which are my favorite movie monsters.
I always forget that there's vampires in that movie.
Well, because you haven't seen it, so that tracks.
Well, totally. One thing though about spooky season and about me is that I'll be watching a scary movie tonight, my first of the season. I don't know which one yet. If you have any recommendations, drop them below and I'll tell my friends to add it to the list. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of like see what a scary movie does for me during spooky season. It's been a minute. It
Yeah.
feels like it's gonna
I
be nice and
recently this is so funny that this is the movie that I made time to see, this week, but I had like 90 minutes before bed, and I'm like, "I just wanna put on something kinda mindless and silly," and,
which one is
um, it's a Tubi original. It's R.L. Stein's Pumpkinhead.
I
Um,
love that.
it's free, with ads. It feels very much like a 90s Goosebumps special, complete with like corny visual effects and fake looking pumpkins, and I loved it, honestly. It's not a masterpiece, but it's a masterpiece to me.
Love that. I also think we need to give a shout out to Tubi. I don't know enough about Tubi to really be able to give a full shout out, but it is free and I don't mind the ads.
Yeah, there weren't too many ad breaks actually. So I
They do put them like you can kind of tell that their ads are placed by humans because they're at
they're actually in logical places.
yes, like and they're in places where you're like, "Wait, I can't walk away from the TV right now. I'll miss it. Like I'll miss
Mhm,
something
mhm,
important when I come back." And I used to love that about watching TV like back in the day, when we
mhm, mhm.
watched cable, like, something would happen and then there would be a commercial break and everyone would be, like, on the edge of their seat. Like, imagine I didn't watch it, but, like, imagine and maybe you did. Imagine watching Lost and, like, the season finale, and you have to wait through commercial breaks to figure out what happens.
I mean, sometimes it's nice to take breaks, There's
It is.
something to be said about that. Well, speaking of streaming services, actually, that's one of our main topics in this episode. Lots of streaming services have been hiking up their prices recently. Most recently, it was HBO Max. Semi recently was Disney Plus, and a couple of others. And so, fire or tired, streaming services hiking their prices. I'm going to say tired.
I can't handle it. They also make so much money off of ads. Why do they need more of my money?
I always get the ad free versions, but increasingly those are They're, like, hella expensive now,
Yeah, it's like
and
$24.
that's nuts.
Back in the day, you didn't pay more than $10 for a streaming service. I'm old enough to remember that.
I mean, that's how they get you, right? It's like they with any platform, it's like they make it really appealing at the beginning to build a user base, and then, whether it's something ad supported like, Facebook or Instagram, or whether it's, well, I mean, I guess there are ad supported versions of the streamer, platforms as well, but, and it's a way to make the price more palatable, I suppose. I can't stand watching ads. It's like if I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I just want to pause it manually and like decide when I'm gonna take a break.
I guess
But
I'm kind of like pro cable commercials,
yeah,
but
I mean, is really like is like congratulations, Hollywood, you've reinvented cable. Like I
no,
I did a budget
literally.
recently where I was so curious how much I was paying in subscriptions. Because I'm like, I could just sense like it's getting out of hand, like, $15 here, $20 here, da, 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 and then you don't really think about it. And then I just like did an audit of like all of my streaming services and well, I mean all of my subscriptions in general, because it's not just streaming. It's like I've got my like Vimeo Plus and I've got my it's like this and that, the LinkedIn, the blah, blah, blah. And so it was like, I don't know, it's like $200 a month. I can afford it. It's something that I could absorb in my budget theoretically. But just like on principle, I don't want to spend that. So I actually went cold turkey on a few like of the streamers where I just kind of made the determination, right? There are only so many hours in the day. I only have so much time to watch stuff. If I reduce the number of streaming subscriptions that I have, maybe that'll help me curate and decide like what the hell I actually want to watch.
Yeah. Wait, which streaming platforms did you nix?
I don't know if I want to divulge that information because I don't know if I necessarily want to endorse like the ones that I kept. There is a rationale, but I mean, fundamentally, it's like, is there something on here that I am watching right now? And if there's not, then you know what? It's not pulling its weight. I'm not going to just like keep this just because, to give me an option of just like, what am I going to watch tonight? It's like I'm paralyzed by choice.
Yeah.
By removing that option, unless there's something that is like I read about and I'm like, oh, it's on this service. Like, okay, I better log in again and re up that subscription. But then as soon as that show is done, I'm canceling. But this is my prediction. Like this is just speculation on my part. So this is just like an asterisk on this. This is not. I don't have any inside information. I think I've mentioned this before on Outside the Fox too. But I have a sneaking suspicion that the next frontier of streaming like subscriptions for streamers is to like lock you in to a certain period of time so you're not
Yeah.
able to like turn it off like that, because I think that after a certain amount of time they're going to deduce that there's like too much lost revenue there.
Yeah.
And
I fully
I
agree.
I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that ends up happening in the years to come. But I would say currently at our in our current moment, that's the one advantage over streaming versus like cable is you are able to like do a la carte and cancel for now.
Do you
We'll
remember
see
trying to
if that
cancel
remains.
Have you ever been on the other side of, like, trying to cancel a cable account? Like, I feel like growing up,
Oh yeah.
I foresee that because some of the more, like, indie streamers that I have, it's far cheaper to pay for, like, an annual membership than it is to pay
Mhm.
monthly, but, like, then you gotta chalk up a monthly or
Yeah.
sorry, an
I mean,
annual fee from the get.
yeah. I don't mind that as an incentive. It's like, okay, sure, dangle the carrot of like, and if if it's a service that I know that I'm gonna like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna name drop one. We're not sponsored by Shudder, but my favorite streaming service is Shudder,
Ooh,
which is
um, I don't know what that is.
oh, it's perfect for spooky season. So it's all like scary movies. It's like a horror themed streamer,
I
and
don't need to
I
tell my
wanna
friends about
say,
that.
I mean, it's pretty affordable. It's under $10, and it's very curated. It's a lot of older films. They do some original, Shudder originals, and indie films, but it's a really well curated selection of older films on there as well, like classics, like slasher movies and monster movies. And I love that you can also filter the films by like, where are you into? Do you want a slasher? Do you want to, and
Mm.
it just warms my heart. They've got some great documentaries on there. It's fantastic. Like those smaller services, I feel like I want to support, you know?
Same. I just became a Criterion
Ooh,
channel subscriber, streamer.
yeah.
I
There's
don't
a lot of
know.
good ones on there.
There are, and it's so fun. It's like way more fun to scroll through all of the movies on the Criterion channel than it is to scroll through all the movies on Netflix because I don't want to watch a lot
They're
of those
actually good.
movies. I'm sorry. I love a Netflix original here and there. To
Sure.
All the Boys I've Loved Before, arguably one of my favorite movies of all time. But I want to open my mind and watch more movies. And I haven't seen anything on the Criterion channel, and that's my favorite thing about it.
Yeah. Keeping with our theme of Halloween and spooky season, do you have any exciting party plans coming up?
I have, well, I have my spooky movie night tonight, but
Okay.
then Halloween weekend, my friend is hosting a birthday party, and it's a vampire mafia themed party where we're gonna play Mafia.
Oh, I love that.
I know. I will say this is so not related to spooky season, but Sabrina Carpenter has 5 nights at Madison Square Garden next week,
Ooh,
one of them
okay.
being on Halloween, and I'm kind of keeping my Halloween open in case
Mm,
Sabrina Carpenter tickets at Madison Square Garden land in my lap. So yeah, those are my spooky season, cozy season plans. What are yours?
lovely. Well, I'm doing the Halloween Carnival at in West Hollywood, which is like legendary, and there's a lot of fun stuff. And it's also my partner's birthday on
Happy
Halloween.
birthday.
So it's like my favorite day, and then also like I have two reasons why it's my favorite day.
Are you dressing up as anything for Halloween? What's your costume?
We haven't decided yet. We
You are
were
running out of time.
Yeah, so I just in my spare time outside of Mozilla, I run a film festival, and so
You do.
I actually this is what I wore last year to last year's festival. I go through like Tim Burton themed blazers is kind of my uniform, I guess. And so this year I had a blazer from Wednesday, the Nevermore Academy, like the purple one with the like little patch. I was potentially going to order another one, and then my partner and I would be like, like Nevermore Academy students, I guess. The thing with
Yeah.
like when you're going to a Halloween party, I want it to be like something that's kind of casual that feels like
Yeah.
clothes. I didn't really want to do like some elaborate makeup or like wear a
Yeah.
wig
Oh,
or
I feel
whatever because
that.
it's like I just kind of want to like hang out and have fun. Um, but uh but I went on to Spirit Halloween and it was sold out. I should have gotten two when I ordered mine.
You had a
But
that would have been a
I'm
trendy
feeling this
costume.
pressure because I'm like the Halloween person and I'm feeling this pressure to like come up with a costume for both of us and I'm starting to rebel where I'm like, "You know what? Like maybe maybe you can
The
come up
best
with some
costume
ideas."
is no costume as of it.
Mhm. So, I don't know, we'll see. It might be a last minute kind of thing. We might do a Stranger Things, um,
Very fun,
kind
very
of,
cute.
like the Hellfire Club T-shirts, from the 4th season. I've been rewatching all the seasons because the 5th season's coming out soon, and I love Stranger Things.
Yeah, great TV show. I haven't caught up on it, but I hope to soon
You
before
do?
it's
Well,
done.
you have so much to catch up on. Well, I mean, this we're all in the same boat, I feel like. There's lots going on.
I've been so busy and I tend to when I'm feeling busy, I tend to like to watch older things. Um, like I'm watching The Sopranos right now because it
Oh, okay.
believe it or not, The Sopranos feels really warm and cozy for the season.
Well, I mean, you are going to a mafia themed Halloween party, so
Vampire Mafia themed.
vampire mafia. Okay. Um, yeah, no, it was great. Something. So we were talking about Halloween parties, and I was going to use that as a way to like segue into something else you brought up, which was this trend of digital cameras coming back, like old school digital cameras.
I love it.
Yeah. When you mentioned that, I actually went and got my Digicam that I've had since I want to say 2004 was when this model came out. So it comes in this cute little case, and
So cute.
it is the teeniest, tiniest little camera.
You have to bring that back for real. Love a digital camera. I actually asked my mom when the trend was kind of starting, maybe like a year or so ago. I was like, "Mom, you gotta find that Canon. Like, I know you got a little Canon that looks just like that
Mhm.
one. Where is it?" And she didn't find it. She couldn't find it. So that means
Mhm.
probably got tossed or donated. But I'm seeing such a resurgence of them that they're now on resale on eBay for like hundreds of dollars. Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's certain, like, it models that it's like, I
yeah,
don't know, Kylie Jenner or whoever is using it, so that's the one that everyone wants, and then it's like it becomes it's like the stock market where certain ones become inflated.
it's
Um
kind of like bags. Like, there's like the Canon GX7, which is like obviously a newer camera, but has that same digital camera effect and like usage. That's like the Hermes of cameras right now.
They actually, this is, pretty crazy. They actually started manufacturing that again, but it is fascinating where it's a little bit of a trend, and there is something to be said about having a separate device from your phone, that has a separate battery, but also you mentioned this when we were talking about iPhones, like the quality of the camera. There actually is something to be said about kind of a lower res, like lo-fi camera sensor. There's just like a soul to it, or it just. I feel like digital quality has gotten so good now that almost every camera is sort of indistinguishable from the other. They're all using the
Yeah.
same sensors and the same, and so
And
it's
you
very
used to not be
aesthetic.
able to tell the difference between, or you used to be able to tell the difference between like um an Android and an iPhone, and now sometimes I'm like, "Oh, surely that was taken on an iPhone. It's a great photo." And the Android
Mhm.
has, like, incredible
Yeah.
photos, incredible
Actually, to be
camera.
fair, I'm admittedly kind of an Apple fanboy, but there have been some recent Android handsets that have incredible cameras that I look at the photos and I'm like, that actually looks better than what I got, and I'm a little low key jealous, but like I'm baked into the system now, so I guess. But at the end of the day, like any camera, like smartphone camera that's been released in the last few years has a very similar image quality and is almost a little over processed. Like there's this like HDR, like
Yes.
computational photography is what they call it. It'll like lighten highlights and
Yeah, and
like
it looks.
do things that it looks a little overworked.
Have you ever, this is a hack that I've learned, is when you go to publish on Instagram, like, iPhone photos, they can oftentimes upload and have that, like, really, like, oversaturated look and, like, everything
Mhm.
really bad, but if you turn your iPhone on low power mode, it uploads as you see it on your
Oh,
camera.
interesting. Okay, that's
So,
a hack. That's
there's
cool.
a couple of times where I've posted, like, a 20 photo reel or carousel to Instagram, and I've had to delete it because everything looks, like, orange or
Yeah.
super, also, like, just super high res, but
Mhm.
someone I follow on Instagram, or maybe it was just something I found in my explore page, they had the original iPhone, like the very first iPhone ever, and published a bunch of photos taken on it, and it just looked so, like, warm and cozy and the grain. Like, we thought those were the best photos ever back in the day, and now you look at
Mhm.
them and you're like, "Wow, that's what that looked like. I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah.
dad."
Yeah, hindsight is 2020. Um, I mean, I love a good like vintage photo aesthetic though. Like I love shooting on 35 millimeter film, or lots of different film stocks actually. I have Polaroid, I have large format. And it's funny you mentioned like trying to find your old cameras from your parents. I did the same thing when I was in college, where I was learning photography. I was taking a photography class, and we needed to have a film SLR, and I didn't have one, but I was home for, I think it was spring break, and I found my parents had two old school film SLRs and a bunch of lenses in the closet that were just like they were just in the closet. They apparently took a photography class together before I was born, and so they kept the cameras, and they're like, oh, we're not using these anymore, and I'm like, I'm gonna take them. That was actually my gateway drug into collecting vintage cameras. I actually have a pretty impressive vintage camera collection now, which is
It's
why, like, I
amazing.
keep, everything.
Yeah.
It's like I have a camera museum basically, but they all still work, and it's fun to take them for a spin every once in a while. And I love disposable cameras. That's a fun nostalgic trip. So yeah, seeing that the Digicam trend that's been happening is like kind of cool, and it's also a little bit. I mean, this seems to go without saying, but digital obviously is more convenient than film because you don't have to get it developed.
Yeah,
The whole reason that, that digital photography was invented, and then we kind of like wax philosophical about like, oh, going back to the old way of doing things in analog photography, and I do like the romance of that.
yeah,
It is fun to like slow down and be more intentional, and then even just like having a collection of film that I haven't developed, and it's like, oh, I better send this in, and then it's almost like a time capsule.
yeah,
But I will say that I'm not very good at getting my photos developed like immediately.
timely.
And so sometimes it's like years where I'm like, oh, I should probably do that.
What a
W
treat, though. Like, what a treat to discover something from whether it's months ago or like years ago.
It is fun, and it always looks timeless too, where, it's like I might have shot it last year, but it looks like something that it's like it has this, like, nostalgic haze of something that was, like, decades ago, and, is just kind of like a little bit of a trip. But we're finding that, like, with old school digicams, it's a similar kind of thing, but, much easier because then you just pop in the memory card and then you got it, you know?
It's
But
kind
it
of
still
funny.
slows you down because 'cause you're not,
Yeah.
like it's not immediately on your phone.
Yeah. You're still like, and also when you're taking photos and looking at photos, you're not on your phone, which I think is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I love any excuse to not have to touch my phone, even though I'm addicted to it.
I feel like we need more fog.
Okay, turn it back on.
Alright, here we go. There we go. Now we're spooky. Okay.
Spooky. Oh, where's Steve? Oh, I like when you talk.
Oh. Um, one idea that I had for this episode, was to share our favorite creepypastas, but it sounds like you're not that familiar with creepypastas.
And I'm not afraid to say it.
So creepypastas are sort of like the digital version of urban legends. Um,
Is it
it
like a text chain?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, a lot of them are, there are popular subreddits like No Sleep, where people share spooky stories, and it's almost kind of like open source scary stories where
We
people
love
are
that.
encouraged to kind of like take it and remix it and do their own spin on it. It started in like the late 2000s, I want to say.
Wait, is this a creepypasta, what I'm about to describe? So there used to be this video that you would get sent in, like, an email back in the day,
Okay.
and people would send it and forward it on and be like, "This is so cool," and then you would open the video, and it would be, like, a car driving, and then it would be a clown that comes out of nowhere, and it's like it used to send like, I used to watch it with my friends or, like, pull it up and, like, start crying over it because I thought it was so scary. Is that a
I think
creepypasta?
I think that's creepypasta adjacent. When I think of a creepypasta is more like text-based, and it's like a scary story. The Slender Man is originated as a creepypasta. If you're familiar with that, they made a movie out of it. I wanted to maybe share my favorite creepypasta, which is a short
Yeah.
story called Psychosis by Matt Demirsky. And it's very relatable, I find. It's about a remote worker. He hasn't left his apartment. He's communicating with his colleagues and his friends, either via email or on the phone. And he begins to gradually believe that the people that he's talking to are not real, that he's actually speaking to a malevolent entity who's trying to impersonate his friends and colleagues, and he goes crazy. It's a really freaky story, and it's actually kind of it's rooted in something that could be believable. And it's also something that, as somebody who works remotely myself and interacts with colleagues like you on Zoom, are you real? Am I real? I don't know. It kind of like it preys on certain anxieties that we have, and I don't know. It's something that's always stuck with me, and it was maybe written. I don't know. I want to say in like 2009, 2010. And so in the year 2025, it is uniquely relatable,
Yeah.
and was worth sharing. So look it up.
Definitely look
Yeah.
it up, and then I might start to think that some of y'all are not real.
Well, that's it for this edition of Firefox Hot Takes. Let us know what your spooky season plans are, or if you have any scary movie recommendations for Hannah.
A friendly reminder that spooky season doesn't have to end after Halloween,
It's a
so
state of mind.
stay spooky.
Stay spooky. All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye!